According to the World Health Organization, 5.3% of deaths annually are because of alcohol use. That is incredible, and it speaks to the importance of psilocybin mushrooms for healing alcoholism worldwide. On August 29, 1956, Alcoholics Anonymous founder Bill Wilson took LSD, and he became convinced that this psychedelic compound was a powerful medicine that could help alcoholics recover more fully and more quickly. However, AA did not like the idea of giving a drug to recovering addicts, so they quickly covered it up. And now, almost 67 years later, we've only just begun to see how right Bill Wilson was. One of the most profound ways that psilocybin mushrooms can help humanity is in the treatment of alcoholism. But what's so compelling and effective about this approach is how it goes beyond all the traditional addiction therapy models to get to the heart of what really drives the uncontrollable urge to keep drinking. So in this video, we're going to take a deeper look at the profound transformations that psilocybin mushrooms can catalyze for alcoholics. But before we get started, be sure to like and subscribe. We have incredible content coming out all the time about the rapidly evolving psychedelic space. Okay, let's dive in. So first, let's look at alcoholism itself, which is really just another form of addiction. Understanding the fundamental trauma that drives alcoholism is important. It's often rooted in emotional trauma. And for many people, alcohol becomes a way to cope with the pain. It helps them to self-medicate their emotional distress. Addressing these underlying issues is key to treating alcoholism and helping individuals achieve lasting recovery. Otherwise, there can be a phenomenon of vice swapping where someone will trade one addiction for another. Dr. Gabor Mate has done extensive work on this, and I highly recommend you check out any of his talks, videos, or books, especially Land of the Hungry Ghosts. And this is where psilocybin-assisted therapy comes in. Psilocybin is a naturally occurring psychedelic compound found in magic mushrooms. And psilocybin-assisted therapy involves taking a high dose of psilocybin in a controlled and supportive environment with a trained therapist present throughout the entire experience. The experience of psilocybin-assisted therapy can help patients confront, process, and ultimately heal the underlying emotional issues at the root of alcoholism. And it does this by deactivating the habitual defense mechanisms and walls we put up to feeling our own wounds. So as this softens, and as you're in the presence of a trusted and supported guide, it becomes possible for you to finally process the hurt and the trauma. Studies on psilocybin-assisted therapy and alcohol addiction include promising results. The largest study to date was an NYU study in 2021 where 2 doses of psilocybin were combined with therapy and it reduced heavy drinking by 83%. 50% of the people who received treatment completely stopped drinking. And we're only just scratching the surface here. This is the very beginning of a whole new approach to healing addictions. But what we really need to focus on is not so much the mushroom itself, not so much the psychedelic, but instead the container in which it's used. And that includes the role of a therapist. So let's look at the role of a therapist in psilocybin-assisted therapy. Psilocybin-assisted therapy does not mean just taking a bunch of mushrooms by yourself and then seeing a therapist afterward. It is a carefully curated and controlled experience built on trust and understanding. And the role of that therapist is crucial because that therapist provides a supportive and safe environment for the patient during the psilocybin experience, helping them to navigate any difficult emotions that may arise. They guide the patient in exploring their thoughts, feelings, and past experiences, helping them to gain new insights and perspective. In addition, the therapist works with the patient in follow-up sessions to help integrate the experience and support continued growth and recovery. This accountability and compassionate understanding with extended integration work is absolutely essential. And working with someone who is highly trained and who you can implicitly trust are important when looking to engage with psilocybin therapy. Now, if you want to find a qualified practitioner near you, Third Wave curates a directory of vetted and trusted providers. Just go to thethirdwave.co/directory to find more.
Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. The psychedelic space is evolving every day, and we have a ton of amazing content that's coming out, and subscribing is the best way to keep up to date with all of that great content.